What is up, bros and broettes? I'm Inkslasher, and I can no longer ignore it. It needs to be talked about. Today, we are talking about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. There's a whole shitstorm going around right now about this game, and I want to clear pretty much everything up, talk about why everything is good and bad and terrible all at the same time. So, if you guys didn't already know, about a week and a half ago, on Amazon, there was a posting for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered going on sale for €20, coming out April 30th of 2018, so in about a month and 9 days, which is absolutely insane. It's very rare for Call of Duty to announce anything that soon to the release date and have it kept under wraps up until then. Not to mention, for €20, that's like $25 American. That's an amazing price point. To give you a general frame of reference, when Modern Warfare Remastered was released alone, it was $40 American, so $15 more than they were showing for this. So at this point, it was pretty unbelievable that this could actually happen. And that's kind of why I didn't make a video about this, because I didn't think it sounded 100% legit. The price point didn't make sense. The release date kind of made sense, but at the same time was very close to when it would be announced. And since then, we've got a little bit more information. The big two things that have come to light was, first of all, a couple of Best Buy and Amazon support workers that have actually talked about this via some online messaging with customers. The first was Best Buy, and all that worker said is that they do not have a pre-order date as of yet for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, which makes it sound like the game is in their system, but it is not up for pre-order yet. Further on, someone was talking to an Amazon support worker, and what they said is that the game would go up for pre-order on the 23rd of March, so pretty much this Friday. So by that logic, we figured that this Friday we're going to get some sort of announcement about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. But then today, a bomb was dropped by Charlie Intel. Basically, Charlie Intel got an inside source at Raven to send them some source files stating that, first of all, Raven is not working on Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, Raven being the company that developed and made Modern Warfare Remastered. They're not even working on this, but the sources that they have said that there is only going to be a single player, no multiplayer, for Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. So the first thing I have to say about this is, by no means is any of this confirmed. It's not confirmed that this game is real. It's not confirmed that it's single player only. This is just all of the speculation and rumors combined together to have what we have today. Not to mention that the source who contacted Charlie Intel, I believe, also contacted Ryan or Prestigious Key and gave him the same information. The odd part is that they didn't really give any way to prove that they are a Raven employee. They just stated that they are. So that's a little bit odd as well. So which part of this is true? Which part of this is false? Now, the thing that I hate to say, this friggin' sucks. I think this is honestly, if this is true, this is one of the worst things that Activision has ever done marketing-wise. And you'll see why I say that in a second. But this actually makes all of these rumors seem more legit. For Activision to come out and release a Modern Warfare 2 Remastered for cheaper than Modern Warfare Remastered as a standalone game doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense that it would only be $25 when Modern Warfare Remastered was $40. However, it does make sense if they're only releasing the campaign, basically half the game that they released for Modern Warfare Remastered. That would make sense. The part that doesn't make sense is that everyone loves, in Modern Warfare 2, the multiplayer, not the campaign. When I think back to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the things that I think of are getting nukes, getting Predator missiles, calling in a 7-kill streak being the Harrier that could possibly get you 10 kills. I remember the overpowered UMP. I remember freaking noob tubes flying through the air and getting so frustrated at the game. And I love it. I loved every second of playing that game, no matter how frustrating it was. What I don't think about when I think of Modern Warfare 2 is the campaign. Don't get me wrong, I do think it was a solid, if not one of the best Call of Duty campaigns ever. That being said, it was the multiplayer that really made that game. That's the part that doesn't make any sense. From a marketing standpoint, this is a horrible decision. And a lot of people are arguing with this, saying that, hey, the Activision marketing team has been responsible for some of the best video game marketing campaigns of all time. And don't get me wrong, I do agree with that. If you look back to like Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, the marketing behind those games is fantastic. Some of the best for video games ever. But at the same time, especially as of recently, there's been some pretty terrible marketing errors. Just simply go back to the Infinite Warfare reveal trailer. Most disliked video on YouTube ever. Clearly, the marketing did not go well there. This is kind of another one of those things that I really don't think is going to go over well with people. And the reason for that is if you get people psyched up and fired up for something that they loved for so long and then just take away the best part of it, it's almost worse than just giving them nothing at all. It's kind of like this. You go and you take this lady out for a nice dinner, and before you take her out, you talk to her, you're like, hey, what is your favorite type of food? And she goes, you know what? I love steak. I grew up in a family who would cook this fantastic steak. And you go, you know what? I'm going to take you to somewhere really nice, like a Morton's Steakhouse or some other awesome steakhouse. And she goes, awesome. She's all fired up for this date. But you get out on this date, and then you tell her that you're a vegetarian and that she's not allowed to get steak. All of a sudden, she's pissed, but it's not because you're a vegetarian, it's because you're taking something away from her that she was really looking forward to. You're taking something away that she wanted so badly. Whereas if you came out and just said, hey, let's just go mini golfing, and then you kind of talk to her on that date, tell her, you know what, I'm a vegetarian. She goes, oh, but I love eating meat, and then you could work something out. She would never be disappointed. There would be no disappointment in that date. It's kind of like that, and if you ask me, it's a really big mistake if it is true. But with all of these rumors flying around and all of this information coming out of all the cracks, Activision is kind of gonna have to step up and say something. They're gonna have to say, it's true, we are releasing Modern Warfare 2 Remastered with just the campaign. Or they need to step in and say, no, the multiplayer is coming. Don't get any crazy ideas. They need to step in and do some sort of damage control, because as of right now, the Call of Duty community is burning Activision's name down to the ground because people are simply really not happy about this. The interesting thing about this, if you ask me, is that the real problem here isn't the fact that this Modern Warfare game is going to be campaign only. The problem is that Activision has said nothing about this. I feel like the Activision marketing team has this idea that everything needs to be secretive, everything needs to be kind of kept quiet till the last moment, because that's what worked in the past. However, if you go ahead and look at video game marketing now, games do a lot better when it's not like that, when they're super upfront and tell you, hey, this is what's going on, we're not keeping anything from you. For example, look at Fortnite, for example. Those developers are constantly in contact with their community, telling them exactly what's going on and why they're doing it. And if they don't like it, they either take it out of the game or replace it with something else. If we look at this is simply stemming from a lack of communication from Activision, people building up their own hype train on something that isn't really true, and now, all of a sudden, it's kind of torn to the ground. Now, on the opposite side of this, you know how fired up people are going to be if on Friday, Activision releases a trailer just showing the campaign, and at the very end of the trailer, it says, also, on May 15th, you were getting the multiplayer as well. People would be so fired up, and that would probably be one of the greatest marketing bait and switches I've ever seen, and they could completely recover their name. But until then, people are pretty pissed. So that's pretty much all I have to say about this. I'm really curious what you guys have to say. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Do you think this is true? Do you think this is another marketing technique where they're making people all disappointed and then gonna fire them up all at once? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Let me know if you're having quite as hard of a time believing this as I am. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed the video, it'd be awesome if you could hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. But guys, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars.